Hi everyone, Christine here, and I'm here to share another project I made for Martika's Secret Garden Secret Sister Swap. And the rules were you needed to use an 8x8 shadow box and of course a graphic 45 secret garden paper. And the first step I did was to paint it all over with vintage white paint. And I usually do maybe 3 to 4 coats just to get a good coating on there. And I sand in between because I'm just that way. And then my next step I did was to crackle the back. I don't know if you can see that. And the sides. And I pretty much do that with all my wood projects. Okay, and then the next step I did was I constructed the roof, and I just took some chipboard, bent it in half, and then made the support triangles. I just traced it twice and then glued that to the roof. And I used my Fiskars scallop punch, I don't know if you can see that, to do the shingles on the roof. And I added like little scrap pieces of paper to give it a little bit of dimension on top of each other. And I added one whole piece here and another piece here. Okay, and that's the roof. And I did tons of fussy cutting with this project, and it was a lot of work, but I think it was worth it in the end. So the top layer, the top of the box, I fussy cut this here, and what I did was I took my McGill stylus pen and I embossed every single flower, even the birds here. And the way I did it was I just turned the paper over and I just guessed where each little flower and petal was, and I just used my stylus pen and did little circular motions to give it a little bit of dimension. You can't really see it, unfortunately, but the person who will receive it will appreciate it, of course, hopefully. So that was the first layer. And then I did another layer underneath. I'm going to move this a little bit closer. Okay, I'm going to let it focus a little bit. Okay, and then I have another layer of paper that I fussy cut here. And again, I did the same embossing technique. I'm going to see if I can get some better lighting. Okay. Here, and then I popped it off the page about a ½ inch. And the ivy leaves you see here, I believe are cottage cuts. And again, I used my stylus to give it some dimension. So I used my stylus in a small circular motion to allow it to curl a little bit. So I don't know if you can see how it curls to give it dimension. Okay. And let me see what else. Okay, and inside here I'm going to move it a little bit closer. And sorry if I'm shaking here. I made my own little arch here, and I painted that white, and I backed it with a little bit of paper from the paper line, and I shabby chic that and used vintage photo to give it a little bit more dimension. And so the arch was popped off with a little bit of chipboard away from the page. And I did some fussy cutting around the arch, added some flowers and a little bit more of the ivy leaves from the same Cottage Cuts die cut here. And this little sign I cut using my little Spellbinders die, and cut this out of the paper line. And this cute little bench is, of course, Prima. And the backing here is I took a piece of paper from the paper line and I sponge painted it white, and then I sponge painted it blue on top of the white, and then added more white to give it like the effect of blue sky. Okay, and on the sides here you'll see some images, okay, from the paper line. And I tried this new technique I found on, I think it was, first of all, I found it on scrapbook.com, and I think it was Solange Marquez, and what she does, and she's a really true artist, she used modeling paste and paint to blend the images with the background. So I attempted to do that. It looks okay. It doesn't look that bad, but that's my first try, so um, maybe next time it'll be a little bit better. And so I did that. And then of course, I fussy cut a lot of these tiny little flowers here from the paper line, and I'm gonna see if, well, it's hard to see. Anyway, I have a lot of other flowers here that I fussy cut from the paper line, and of course the only way I could do that is with my magnifying mirror. But it was totally worth it because it turned out so beautiful as far as the fussy cutting went. Okay, and I'm going to move it back here again. And the wrought iron fence is from Dusty Attic. Oh, and by the way, I got the wrought iron fence chipboard as well as the whole paper line. I got it from Tracy at Stay True to God. And what else did I do? Okay, and then I used Spanish moss for part of the greenery and on the fence here. And all the flowers you see here are either Prima or I Am Roses. Okay, and then I have this cute little charm. Cute little water pitcher charm here, and this charm, I think I got that from Michael's too. It says flowers. I thought it was perfect for this project. So anyway, so I hope she likes it, and it's going to be so hard to part with it because I worked so hard on it. I put my heart into it. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I appreciate you watching. Take care. Bye-bye.